Good morning, or good afternoon, wherever you may be, or good evening, or good night. This is Jen at JensArtyInclinations, a place to create, share and play. Day 6, Dephemerember, hosted by Luise Heinzl and 49 Dragonflies. Today's prompts are feathers and bingo card. And the surprise animal is elephant. I love elephants, they're my favourite animal. So I was very excited. Now, I went down a massive rabbit hole, and these are some of the things that I learned. Now, I did know that you should just, strip the little fluffy bits at the bottom, although these feathers have fluff most of the way up. What I didn't know is that you could strip them completely so that you could get these little top cute little pattern things, like, little quills and little feather duster bits. So this is how you do it. You just grab the actual feather bit and you peel it back and you get the membrane with it. And then you can use those little fluffy bits for other little projects. And when you're ripping out your little quills, you can even make little patterns like this. Isn't it cool? Then you can cut them to whatever shapes and sizes you want. Honestly, you can have so much fun. You can do little feathers, you can do big feathers. So, there are some big ones I shaped. I thought they were cute. If you do thin feathers, you can really twirl them around. You can even use a curling iron, and you can curl your edges like those big ostrich feather ones. Obviously, it doesn't work as well on these little cheapy ones, but still lots of fun. Essentially, anything that you can do, this is just showing you can basically use the back of a knife, but this is showing you a few different options on what to use to curl. Do be careful, but whatever you can do with hair, you can do with feathers. And that means bleaching them even, dyeing them, obviously combing them, brushing them. You can see I'm even using a toothbrush to brush this. Now, sure, I wouldn't brush my hair with a toothbrush, but you get the idea. So I just had lots and lots of fun doing curled feathers, doing little feather top bits. What are they called? Little kites, they're called, I discovered. So much fun. So I've never played with feathers. I'm not thrilled with my result, but now that I've had a go once at a little project, well, Louise and Barbara, it's really inspired me. I'm going to have to play more with feathers. Lots of fluffy feathers coming your way. So I decided that, I had to do a flip-out ephemera because, I love flip-outs and flip-out pieces. So, I made a little booklet to go in it. I almost forgot, well, I didn't really forget about the elephants, but I almost forgot about the bingo card. But I did manage to get it in. So look, it's just a normal piece of card that I sort of just cut up and, muddled along as I went. It's just how the card kind of wanted to make itself. That's what I think is what happened here. But this was my idea. I actually wanted to do a waterfall strip of little note paper. So that was my whole idea, and I wanted it to be under a hidden flip, and I was going to have feathers coming out from underneath it. I completely forgot, and I just glued it down without doing it. But I was going to have feathers coming out from underneath it, and then I wanted feathers on top of it as well. So I got halfway there. I threw some little feathers in here. I think what I don't like about this is the green feathers, and I wasn't going to go to the effort of bleaching them out. And they were just feathers that I had for one of the kids' projects at school, and it was just a bit bright, obviously, for me. I did try and use some greens in my inking and on my backgrounds and so forth, but yeah, it was, just a bit vivid. But it's still fun. It's good for me to try some things that, I'm not used to. So this is where I decided to hide my little elephant, and this is Louise's printout. My ink wasn't working very well when I printed all of these out, but that's okay. So I popped him in as a little extra secret pocket underneath. So it's like you flip up and you get another little pocket underneath the top pocket. Isn't that cute? I'm going to, do that again. That was fun. And I like my little, just simple hole punched little booklet note on the side there. So this is the waterfall notes. I just glued each one down this time. Sometimes I staple them. Sometimes I just run a piece of tape over them. They're always quick. I love the waterfalls because you can use all those different little offcuts of paper that we always get. So that is how it's going to sit on my page. and I decided that, the elephant needed a bit of a feather boa hat. Really, honestly, totally out of place. I thought, I'll just put a bit more feather in the corner and that'll even it out. But really, all I did was just a straight line of the green feathers that I don't like. But honestly, still fun. Still love this for the fun factor. Now, this is one of the things I learned down my rabbit hole. Another one of the things is put a big globular glue, and then you can, on a piece of waxed paper, then you can make your design, and then you can lift that and put it onto what you need to. So that means you can actually even sew through the glue. It means that you can put something underneath the glue or over it. And look, I did colour some of my feathers too. You can just see there's a slight tinge of blue in some of those. So some are watercolours, some I just sprayed ink over, and I just kind of brushed them through and had a play. And that one that's a bit more colourful, I actually just had a go at doing waxy crayons over that, like pastel-y waxy crayons. And even that worked. So there you go. I got my bingo card in. Did a circle punch and it's the centre. So that was fun. And there you go. See how you just peel it off? Isn't that fabulous? So much fun. So you can create all your designs. You can imagine that on a hat where you do your twirly ribbons and you can create your design down on the paper, or your little tips and your little flags. You can, do your design down on the paper and then lift it and you can pop it on your little hat. So it was on one of the millinery things. And I realised that's why I knew a little bit about feathers, but not all this curling stuff and everything, because Mum was a milliner. So whenever I did feathers with anything at school, she'd always make me strip them back and so forth. But here it is, finished result. And what a bit of fun. Obviously, these feathers are going to flatten in the journal over time. However, it's fun. It's a big secret flip with lots of little flippy, flappy bits. And there's my little card that I made up. It was a bit of card that I'd hole punched. I went, if I fold that in half, it'll make a book. So there's the first pocket, see? And then you go underneath for the second pocket in the little elephant. I quite like this flip. I think it's a bit cute. And there's my waterfall. Oh, and I did put a strip of bingo card also up on the waterfall as well. So that is my Dephemerember. Oh, you know what it is. For day 6, I hope you enjoyed. Thank you again, Luise and Barbara. I am absolutely loving it. Sorry I'm so late, and sorry there's so much of this that's sped up. I'll have to do a longer one on feathers later. But take care. I'd love it if you could leave me a comment below. Hit the like button if you enjoyed what you saw today. And of course, please subscribe if you haven't already. I will see you next time. And in the meantime, keep creating. Enjoy!